Hey everyone, it's time for a new video again. I have to say that over the last couple of 2 or 3 weeks I had so many stuff coming in, so I'll probably have to cut this video in two, otherwise it will just be way too long. So yeah, let's start with some small ball stuff, let's say. These are a couple of consoles, so we have a PlayStation 1 Mini, a Sega Mega Drive 2 with the manual. This is a complete game for the N64 Roadsters. And then we have a huge box of complete in-box games, mostly Super NES, NES, and also a couple of N64 games. So let's take a quick look to what we have. Mortal Kombat Part 1, Killer Instinct, Super Mario Kart, which is actually brand new. The game itself is still sealed in its original plastic baggie. Unfortunately, not the box itself. I bought a couple of games from a guy which had he had a lot of sealed games in his collection, but he stupidly torn off all the all the plastics around it. So there were a couple of games that had a red Nintendo tear strip, and he ripped them all off. So that's such an incredible waste. But yeah, what can you do about it? So for the further games, we have Street Fighter Part 2, one of my favorite games of all time. I really spent a small fortune on that game back in the arcades. Tetris and Dr. Mario, this is also brand new, still factory sealed, at least the cartridge itself. Donkey Kong Country, Judge Dredd over here. I really have no idea if this game is any good or not. It's quite an uncommon game to come by for the Super NES, especially in a complete copy, let's say. But I really have no idea if the game is any good or not. If the game is, as good, or whatever you want to call it, as the movie, it will probably suck. I have seen the movie and it is horrible. Street Fighter Part 2 Turbo. This is getting, it's quite a strange story with this game. This game is really getting quite rare nowadays, especially here in the Netherlands, for the FAH PAL version release at least. So yeah, I'm still kind of doubting if I'm going to keep this game for my own collection. I already have this one, Street Fighter Part 2, so the first release, let's say. So I'm kind of doubting if I'm also going to keep this one for my own collection. Haven't decided that yet. Then for the NES we have Super Mario Bros. Part 3. You can never have enough copies of that game. One of the best games of all time, without a doubt. Shadowgate, quite a strange game for the NES. DuckTales, Shadow Warriors, Diggity Rock, Willow, Gauntlet Part 2, Terminator 2, Judgment Day, and Star Wars. So those were the complete in-box NES games. Then we also have a couple of N64 games complete. Star Wars Rogue Squadron, Knife Edge, F-Zero X, Excitebike 64. Then we have Cruisin' USA, Waveway 64. This was a really cool game in the arcades where you had to step down on that, how do you call it? Yeah, the water scooter. V-Rally 99, and strangely enough, this is one of my favorite games on the PlayStation. I'm absolutely not a big fan of racing games, but this game, I have so many good memories on that, especially in 2-player mode. This game is awesome. Then we have, no idea what this game is. Oh, it's a Formula 1 Grand Prix for N64 again. Then over here we have 3 more, which is GT64, Hot Wheels, and Top Gear Overdrive. So the guy that I bought the whole N64 set from was quite a big racing fan. Then we have a couple of games that will be added to my own humble collection. So we will start off with Chip 'n Dale Rescue Rangers, one of my favorite games on the NES. This is probably at least one of the best 2-player games available for the NES. Incredibly fun. DuckTales Part 2, which is of course the rarest of the 2 DuckTales games for the NES, and this one is in real good condition. It's basically 100% mint. It's a bit sad that it has a price sticker over here. The game is not the box is not damaged, by the way. It's just some store sticker on that. Then we have F-Zero, and this one is also brand new in the box. Like I said with the games before, the cartridge itself is still factory sealed, so yeah, it has the original baggie around it. And this was again one of those games that was still factory sealed. which the guy that I bought the games from stupidly ripped off the whole yeah, plastic layer around it. Then we have Doom. This was a game that I played quite a lot on the PC actually, and I think this port towards the Super NES was yeah, it was quite a good version in my opinion. Then the best find, at least for me, is this game, Super Probotectors: The Alien Rebels for the Super NES, and this game is brand new. Really rare to find, especially in this PAL release. It's the PAL FAH version, the version I was really seeking for. And yeah, nowadays this is getting quite a rare game to find in complete condition, and it's also a really pricey game. If you look it up on eBay, a complete copy of this will cost you, at least if it's still in good condition, yeah, around 130 to even 140 euros. Then we have some Sega games. It's been quite a while since I bought yeah, a whole lot of Sega games, so let's just take a quick look of what we have. Road Rash Part 2, Tailspin, Kickoff Part 3, Risky Woods, Street Racer, Double Dragon, the arcade game, Double Dragon 3 actually. Oh. And I really have no idea if this game is exactly the same as the NES game, let's say. The Rosetta Stones. So I have to try this game out. It looks quite fun, and it also appears to be that this was an arcade release. I've never seen this arcade cabinet before, unfortunately. I'm a huge Double Dragon fan. Then we have Spider-Man, Spider-Man X-Men, Arcade's Revenge, Earth Defense, which was a game that I had never heard of. It's not really a rare game. I've looked it up, but yeah, it's a shoot 'em up, and it's the Genesis version, but it's not a rare game at all. I only never heard about the title, so then you automatically think that you have a rare game in your hands. Then we have Hook, Street Fighter 2, the Special Champion Edition, Snake Rattle and Roll, which is quite a rare Sega game actually. And yeah, I used to play this game on the NES all the time with a friend of mine, and I have no idea if the Sega version is any good or not. Then we have Golden Axe Part 2, really cool game. I already have this one in my collection. Still looking for Part 1, by the way, which is getting quite hard to find actually. And then we have the best game of the row, Sunset Riders. This is a game that I also already had in my collection, and this is a really, yeah, it's a really good game. It's quite famous, and yeah, it's really rare to find on the Sega, and probably even a bit more rare than finding it on the Super NES actually. I've never played the Super NES version, but yeah, this version is actually really good. So I'm quite curious, let's say, of which version is better, so the Sega release or the Super NES release. So then heading off to the last two items, we have two consoles complete in box. We have the Sega Mega Drive 2 combo set, or well, no, not the combo set, it's just the basic set, which is strangely enough the rarest of all the sets that were released, because people always bought bundled sets which yeah, at least included one game, and that's why these versions were not sold that many. So I haven't decided yet if I'm going to keep this one for my own collection, because I already have three complete in box consoles of the Sega itself, so I'm still doubting a bit on that. And then the last item, let's say, is the Super Nintendo. It's the version that's including Super Mario World, and yeah, this was actually the version I was actually still seeking for. So I now have three complete in box Super NES consoles in my collection. So that was it for this video. I will already give you a small peek of what is coming ahead. I've got tons of boxes which I still need to figure out of what's all included in there. This is a box which basically includes, I think, about 50 or 60 X-Rental games, and some of those games are really, really rare. So that will, yeah, be in my next video. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed it, and hope to see you in my next video. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.